portraying and paying tribute to a hero that was a personal hero, as well as one who is, I think, Leslie put it beautifully today when he said, belongs in the pantheon with other great heroes like a Dr. Martin Luther King, like a Jesse Owens, like a Jesse Jackson, like any of the great leaders, because in his way, you know, you gotta remember that Sammy Davis Jr. was headlining in hotels when Jim Crow laws were still in place. So he continued to knock down doors. You know, he entered into the 1st Integrated Infantry. He was a fascinating and complex individual who, he sang a song that's not in this show where he said, I've got to be me. Daring to try to do it or die, I've got to be me. That, I think, was his mantra. That he refused to be placed in some compartmentalized position. I met Mr. Davis initially in 1978. And when I met him, I was co-starring in a world tour with Liza Minnelli. And we were about to start our world tour, and Sammy was about to start his. And we were closing at Harrods, and that's where we started, and he was going to be coming into Harrods in Lake Tahoe. And then we would follow or precede one another to the different venues around the world for the next year and a half. So she knew I was a huge fan, and she says, oh, well, Sammy's in the room. He wants to meet you. So I said to her, well, I'd like to meet him after he's seen me work. And she says, well, he's not going to stay for the show because he's got some problems with his gums are bothering him, and so he's going to go rest. So I came in and I met him, and he was very generous. And I said, how do you do, Mr. Davis? And he said, Sam. Call me Sam. And I could never call him Sam. I affectionately would refer to him as Mr. D, since he didn't want me to call him Mr. Davis. And then after the performance, I hear in the hallway, Alive? Hon, where's Ob's dressing room? She says, it's down the hall. There's a knock on the door, right? Oh, it's Sam, man. He comes in. I open the door, and he's standing, and he says, you, my man, are a bitch on wheels. You're a bitch on wheels. He came in and he paid me such nice compliments about my work. And I said to him at that time, I want to thank you, Mr. D, for coming in through the kitchen so that I could come in through the front door. To get an opportunity to be a tour de force in this situation, I am attempting to simply scratch the surface. You know, I'm going to go as deep as my talents will take me, but this man was a giant.